Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. Today we are keeping the New Year's vibe going. It's still the new year. It's gonna be the new year. By the time you see this, it's gonna be a little bit into the new year, but it doesn't matter. Today we're gonna be talking about like goals slash resolutions, but like loosely tied to that, more just like overall. I don't know, I feel like there's always like a negative connotation with like goals and resolutions because people are like, oh, why do you have to wait till the new year to start? Or like, you know, those things are never gonna last. And like, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I feel like there's a more positive way to market it. I don't know if that makes any sense. So I'm just gonna talk about these things that are loosely tied to goals and resolutions and all that good stuff. So I have a list of things that I want to like do or work on or whatever, and then I have like little ideas of how I can reach those goals, I guess you can call them, because I feel like it's really easy to say I want to do this, I want to do that, but then like there's nowhere to start. And so by kind of having some ideas already, I think will be helpful in making me actually want to start, because I'm not just like throwing myself into it. Like there are steps that I can take, if that makes sense. So we're gonna hop right into it. Hope you liked my background today. The sun is out, so the lighting's really good over here, but I didn't want to sit right in front of the window, so you get to see my beautiful Taylor Swift albums behind me. And yeah, so hope you love the background. Anyways, let's get into it. I have them written on my iPad. They're not really in any specific order, just the order of which I like came up with them. My first one is that I really want to work on returning people's energies. Now, I would say that I'm pretty good at like meeting someone's energy if their energy is higher than mine. Like I think I'm pretty good at like matching a higher energy level. But there are people who like I have in my life that we're really good friends or whatever, but our energies are just not the same overall all the time, because obviously everyone's different, and that's totally fine. But I feel like sometimes like I let it get to me, because like if someone isn't returning my energy, I feel like there's something wrong, or I feel like, I don't know exactly how to explain it. This one is like the hardest one for me to explain, but I don't want to let myself like fall into that's one of the cats I feed, it just ran by. I don't want to fall into this routine of like getting my hopes up, knowing that people don't return my energy in the same way, and then being upset when they don't return my energy in the same way. So like obviously I'm not going to change how I treat people, you know what I mean? Like I'm not going to change who I am, but I'm definitely going to like work on kind of like giving what people are taking, if that makes sense. That one's really hard for me to understand, like explain to you, but it makes sense in my head. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. I hope. But my little like, what I'm gonna try to do is just remind myself that everyone reacts differently to things, and that just because I would have reacted more than they are doesn't mean that they feel like less good about it. And if it'll help me to kind of like react in a different way, vice versa, then I'll do that. Also kind of like, I'm not gonna like give out a bunch if I'm not getting a bunch in return. You know what I mean? Like there's no time for that. No time for that. So hopefully that made a little bit of sense. My next one, again, okay, these first two are kind of hard for me to explain. I put let go of my baggage, but I don't really mean like, I don't know if I have that much baggage. It's more just like the things that are constantly weighing me down. I'm gonna try really hard to let go of them and like basically just not harp on the past. There are a lot of things that I think that have happened in like the recent past that affects me, that I talk about and I think about more than I'd like to. And so I kind of want to try to like move away from that. The biggest thing being the whole job scenario. I know you've heard about it. Because I don't want to like tell myself that like, oh, I need to get over that because like it's not a big deal. Because it is a big deal and it does suck and I deserve to feel those feelings. However, I don't want to let it continue to affect me. So I'm going to try really hard to like let go of it and not like try not to talk about it as much, and try to just like, I don't know, try to like let go the negative feelings associated with it and just kind of chill out about the whole thing in general, I guess. Oh, someone's getting some packages. I want some packages. Anyways, I hope that makes sense. It is hard though, because like it's like something that is constantly in my head because that's just the nature of it. But I am going to try really hard to just kind of like move on and, you know, prepare for whatever's coming next. Hopefully it's not the same thing again. But yeah, so I'm going to try to work on that. The next thing is I want to cook a new recipe each week, and I have a couple ways that I want to go about that. Obviously I want to cook more a lot. I want to cook a lot more in general, and I know that can be really hard for me when I'm not at my apartment and I'm animal sitting, but I'm going to try really, really hard. So I got a cookbook for Christmas called the I Don't Want to Cook book. I asked for this, and it has 100 tasty, healthy, low prep recipes for when you just don't want to cook. So I'm gonna use this to my advantage, and my goal is to try out one of these recipes like once a week, if not more. Obviously I don't want to only cook once a week, but like at least try out a new recipe once a week. I'll obviously have leftovers, and then there's other stuff that I know how to cook that is not new, but I can do that. And one way I want to hold myself accountable with this is that I want to do a YouTube video where I like try new recipes and like put them all together for you guys to see. So let's just see. For example, I could cook ham and cheese 2-minute microwave omelet. That sounds so chill. Or, oh, there's different chapters. Oh, that's the breakfast chapter. Okay, what about like, ooh, creamy paprika chicken skillet with spinach and tomatoes. Sounds amazing. Literally sounds amazing. So this is definitely going to be something I use to try to hold myself accountable for cooking more. The other thing is I'm going to kind of try out HelloFresh again. I've gotten it in the past and I enjoy the food, but for whatever reason, I just kind of struggle to like actually want to make the food. But I think the HelloFresh will be great because those I can so easily take with me when I'm animal sitting. That's the biggest thing, is I go to animal sit, I don't want to buy all new ingredients at someone else's house. I don't want to travel with my whole fridge to someone else's house. Like that's not the vibe. That's not it, you know? So if I have HelloFresh meals ready to go, I can just take the bag because it has everything I need in it and go. And it'll be so much easier. So I have like some coming on Monday, and then I start animal sitting on Friday. So I'll have like a bag. I can also like freeze this stuff, and I'll be animal sitting for like maybe like 2-ish weeks in a row coming up for different people, and I can take the bags with me. So I think that'll really help. I don't want to rely on HelloFresh forever, but especially when I'm animal sitting, I think that'll really help me still cook but not have to travel with my whole kitchen and my pantry. So the next thing I really want to work on, which I don't think this will be too hard, I just wanted to mention it because I really want to do it. I want to make sure I'm always reading a book. I have multiple things that I think will help me stick to that. So this is kind of funny. So basically, long story short, I have an old TikTok account when I used to post Squishmallow content that I had like over 8,000 followers. Like I was so proud of it. And obviously I stopped kind of with the Squishmallow content. And so I made a new TikTok account, but I still had that one. Obviously lost quite a few followers because I wasn't posting anymore, but I still have enough to go live. And on my current account, I can't go live. And so I've been seeing all these people on TikTok do reading sprints where they go live, read for 15 minutes and then talk, take a break, read, you know. And I want to do that so badly, but I can't go live. And so I was talking to my friend about it, and I was like, it sucks because my old account has enough to go live. And she's like, why don't you just rebrand that account and then go live on there? So smart. Why didn't I think of that? So I did that. I'm planning to do my first live reading sprint maybe later tonight, I hope. So I think that will help hold me accountable because I'll have that to look forward to, and like hopefully people will watch it. And then if I know people are watching, it'll make me want to do it, you know? Another thing is I'm doing this reading challenge. Ellie and I are doing it together, but it's by a YouTuber. I think it's Books and Lala or Books with Lala. I never know. I'm subscribed to her, so let me Let me confirm. It's Books and Lala, and she does this reading challenge every year where she comes up with a different theme for each month, and then you have to read a book related to that theme. Sometimes it's just like an overall theme, other times it's a specific word that has to be in the title. So I have my list for the months of the year. So for example, January's theme is a specific word. It's the word there, and it has to be any of the 3 variations of the word there in the title. I did struggle to find a book for this month, but I do have one. So right now I am reading There Should Have Been 8 by Nalini Singh. It's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. I'll read you like the blurb real quick if you want to hear it. Says, 7 friends, one last weekend, a mansion half in ruins, no room for lies. Someone is going to confess because there should have been 8. They met when they were teenagers, now they're adults, and time has been kind to some and unkind to others, and the cruelest of all to Bee, the one they lost 9 years ago. They've gathered to reminisce at Bee's family estate, a once glorious mansion straight out of a Gothic novel. Best friends, old flames, secret enemies, and new lovers are all under one roof, but when the weather turns and they're snowed in at the edge of eternity, there's nowhere left to hide from their shared history. As the walls close in, the pretense of normality gives way to long-buried grief, bitterness, and rage. Underneath it all, there's the nagging feeling that Bee's shocking death wasn't what it claimed to be, and before the weekend is through, the truth will be unleashed, no matter the cost. Thriller, murder, mystery, what's the other one? Everything I like in a book. So this is what I'm reading right now, it has there in the title. I got this from the library. So but yeah, my goal is to read books off of my shelf that have the titles, but I don't have books for each month yet. The only months that I have books for from my shelf are February, March, April, May, and July. That should help hold me accountable, and Ellie and I are doing it together, so we're really gonna help hold each other accountable as well. And then last but not least, I really want to do some book content on here. I asked my friends, I put this thing on my Instagram story and was like, hey, like, if you have a favorite book that you think everyone should read, tell me what it is. And I'm going to do a YouTube video. It's gonna obviously be a while in the making, but where I read all of their suggestions and then talk about them on here. So I think that'll be super fun. So that'll definitely be something that is going to be in the works for a while, but that'll also help me continuing to be always reading a book, because I'll never have an excuse not to. I am really excited to do all of this book content on different things because I just love reading. Also, I don't know if anyone would be interested in this, but I think it would be fun. I saw this other girl that I just recently subscribed to. She did like a tier list for all the books she read in 2023. I read 50 books in 2023, and I think it'd be so fun to do a tier list. So let me know if you'd be interested in that. I might do it regardless of what people say, and if no one says anything, I'll probably still do it. But like, if you would like to see that, let me know. Next is, I want to create consistent morning and night routines because I just really need them. I really need some consistency, and I need to make routines that I can keep when I'm animal sitting, because it is really hard for me to keep routines when I'm in a different house all the time. But one way I'm gonna work on that is by using like a routines app. So I downloaded this app. It's a free app, but in order to put as many things as you want, there was a fee, so I did buy it. But I think it'll be worth it. I haven't done anything yet today on it, so I'll show you. It's called Done, and it shows all of your routines that you have set. That's for all day, and then you can break them up into morning, afternoon, and evening. So my morning routines are to read, brush my teeth, skincare, hair care, get dressed, make my bed, eat breakfast, check my planner, things like that. Uh-oh, my camera's getting low. I hope it'll make it through the rest of this video. So for the example, this morning, I haven't read, but I did brush my teeth, I did do my skincare, I did my hair care. And by that, it just means like if I'm not subbing or something, or it's a weekend, like, am I still putting on real clothes? Am I still making my bed? Am I still doing my hair? Like, at least brushing it. Just like stuff like that. Not like necessarily going nuts. Not like I'm doing a blowout or something. I did get dressed. I didn't make my bed. I did eat breakfast because I went to breakfast. And then I didn't check my planner. And water is like an anytime one. I haven't had all my water. So yeah. So then this shows me what I've done. So if I look at, like, for example, brushing teeth, skincare, hair care, getting dressed, all of that is twice a day. So in the morning and at night. Like, did I put my pajamas on? Did I get out of my clothes that I've been wearing all day and put on something comfy? When I do that, it'll like complete it. For example, eating breakfast. I only do that once a day, so it's complete. So I'm gonna try to really keep up with my habits, and I'm hoping that this app will help me because it's like a visual reminder. Everything's on a list. And this is something that I didn't put anything crazy that I can't do it at someone else, that I can't do it at someone else's house. Like, I can brush my teeth anywhere, and I do brush my teeth every night. But like, that's just an example. So I'm really hoping that this routine app will help. Sorry if the angle or the view is a little bit different now. I had to like plug it in, but I'm using my, I'm using a like tripod for my phone, but my camera does fit in it, but in order to have it plugged in at the same time, I had to adjust. Anyways, let's continue on. Okay, this next one is probably the one that is going to be the hardest for me, but it's probably the most important besides the like cooking more and eating better because of that. I need to go back to the gym. I need to go back to the gym. I really do. And I want to. Like, I want to go to the gym. It's not that I don't want to. It's just an intimidating thing. And it's like, it would be so easy for me to go to the gym every day if I just was like never subbing and if I could just sit. Like, if I didn't have to do anything. But like, having to either go before or after I go to work, neither of those times sound ideal. It's busy and it's just not convenient. I just want to come home and relax. Like, I just want to go in the middle of the day, but that's not realistic for the life that I live. Like, I have to work. And I'm gonna have a full-time job hopefully very soon. And then I'm not even gonna get to like, not even on one day could I do that. So it's like, as much as I would love to have a job where I could just be like, make my own schedule, that's probably not gonna be the case. If the opportunity ever arises, I will be snatching it up so quickly because I'm not really made for this whole like 8 to whatever. I'm not really made for that. I'm much more of a, my internal clock doesn't work on those times. I stay up late and I get up late. Like, it just doesn't, I'm not made for this work life, the typical everyday. But that's how the world works for most people, so I don't really have much of a choice. Anyway, so that means I have to fit in the gym like other people and do it at inconvenient times when it's really busy because everyone else that lives that same life is there, you know? That being said, the gym that I go to, haven't been there in a long time, but the gym that I have a membership for, I'm just not sure it's meant for me anymore. So I go to Planet Fitness. It's the cheapest and I love that, but I feel so overwhelmed walking in there. There's a ton of machines and I love that, but it's so busy and I just feel awkward and I don't really feel like judged. I feel like there's so many people there that no one's even paying attention to me. Like, that's not the problem. But I just feel out of place and I just feel like there's so much going on and it just feels very impersonal, I guess. I kind of want something smaller, more personal, where I can like talk to people, like, and like, there's no way that I would ever like walk up to some random machine at Planet Fitness and be like, let me figure this out right now. No way. Absolutely not. Like, I'd much rather go to a smaller place where I could just kind of like be a little bit more under the radar. Even though no one's watching me, no one cares. That's just how I feel. And like, I'm looking for more like personalized, I guess, like people I can talk to about what to do, I guess. And I just don't think Planet Fitness is gonna be that place for me. So I was looking at different gyms. There's a couple in Sela. They are more expensive, which is unfortunate. But they're more convenient location-wise. And I talked to this girl that I know that goes to one of them and she really likes it. There's a location in Sela and in West Valley, which is where I animal sit a lot, so it'd be so convenient. But anyway, so I was looking at one in Sela and I kind of like that one, but I don't know if that'll really end up being my vibe. So there's one called Anytime Fitness and they have this like promotion where you can like start for $1 or whatever. Same thing I did through Planet Fitness. And then, so I did that and then they're like, oh, schedule a tour. Like, it wasn't really an option. And I was like, okay. So I have a tour on Monday to go check out that gym. Anyways, so I have that. I'm gonna go tour the gym, talk to people that work there and just kind of see if it's a good fit. So I'm looking forward to that. and hopefully that will help me. I think having a gym that is close to where I live in my apartment, but also having one close to where I'm animal sitting will really help me. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, I just think that's the first step in me going back, is finding a new one that I feel is a better fit. And so hopefully Anytime Fitness will be the one, but if not, I'll keep trying. So the only thing that does suck is canceling your Planet Fitness membership is extremely hard. You can't do it online. Your options are to either go in person or send them a letter in the mail. Stupid. But I don't want to cancel it until I'm for sure going to a new one. I'm so nervous to walk in and be like, hey, I want to cancel my membership. Like, how embarrassing is that? To have to walk in there and do that when people are working out. So I want to be able to say like, oh, I am going to a new place now, instead of just being like, oh, I don't want it. So I'm actually really excited about that, and hopefully starting at a new gym and being able to do more than just cardio, because I'll be more comfortable to try new things, because there won't be a million people around who clearly know what they're doing. So yeah, there's that. The next one is I really just want to make sure, and I already do this, but I want to just make sure I keep it up, to do something with a friend at least once a week, whether that is get breakfast, get dinner, get lunch, get coffee, an actual activity, like whatever. I just want to make sure I'm seeing at least one friend once a week. Like I said, I'm doing a pretty good job of that. I feel like I see the majority of my friends pretty often. But there's always room for improvement. Like I have a friend in Ellensburg, I have a friend in the Tri-Cities. Like I see them, but I could see them a lot more. So if I could like make sure I'm like scheduling some times to hang out, instead of just saying, oh my god, I miss you, we need to hang out. When I say that, I need to actually schedule something right then and there. And that's what I put down. I said that I need to plan ahead, but I also said I need to just be open to last minute things. When I'm subbing, whenever I know I have to go into the classroom the next day, I just need my whole evening to myself to like just process the fact of what I have to do the next day. So I'm really bad at like wanting to hang out last minute if I haven't been able to plan it, because then I'm like, oh, but I have to go to school tomorrow. Like I'm so stressed out. Crazy. I know. Can't help it. Don't know why my brain does that, but it does. And so I want to try to be more open to last minute things like that, because last minute plans usually end up being some of the most fun plans. So, and I need to be able to take advantage of my life, and I need to not feel like I can't do anything after school until I go to school the next day, because that's not a life I want to live. And I refuse to live that life, starting here right now. Yeah. This one's really important to me. Deep cleaning my apartment. When I deep cleaned my apartment the other day, if you haven't seen that video, you should go watch it. It was my last one. It was cleaning, preparing for 2024. I thought it was a pretty good video. When I was deep cleaning my apartment, I was like, I don't need it to ever be this way again. Like, it should never take this long. And it didn't take that long. Actually, it wasn't that bad. But I definitely can keep up with my cleaning a bit more. But the idea of like spending a Saturday or a Sunday cleaning all day literally sounds awful. And I don't know why I thought that that was the only way. But I was watching this TikTok the other day, and this lady was like, I break it up. And so like on Monday, I clean my bathrooms. Tuesday, I clean my kitchen. Wednesday, I do laundry. Thursday, I clean up my living room. Like whatever. So that come Saturday and Sunday, she doesn't have to spend all day cleaning. She just does it on a certain day every week. I was like, that's such a good idea. That's such a good idea. So I need to figure out a schedule for that, because I want to try that and see if it works for me. I'm going to start animal sitting again in a couple days, so I probably won't like fully start it, because I won't even have a full week to implement it, but I want to have it ready to go for when I come back. I think that'll definitely help me, because having a clean space makes me feel so good. So good. So obviously I want to continue to feel that way, you know? Another thing I want to do is try new hobbies. There's not a lot of like things to do around where I live in terms of like the kind of hobbies that I'm thinking of. Like for example, I follow, or I'm subscribed to, Ava Jules on YouTube. Love her. And she just recently took up pottery classes, and she goes and does like ceramics. I think that's so cool. I would love to take a pottery class. Where am I gonna do that? So there could be classes, but I just need to research them. That's what I wrote down. That's my step. Research classes and like hobbies like that I can try out in my area, because there are Like, for example, when I wanted to move to the Tri-Cities, one of the reasons was that there's just so much more to do there, and I still stand by that, but I just don't know if moving there will be in the cards for me super soon. I'm still open to the idea, and I would love to, but I don't know if that's gonna be, I just don't know if that's what's gonna happen coming anytime soon necessarily. But one of my big reasons for wanting to move was the fact that they have a lot more things that you can do there because it's 3 huge towns. I don't know how much Yakima has to offer, so I'm gonna research that. Ava Jules, again, she also goes to these like Pilates classes, and she like lays on this thing and like pushes this thing with her legs. I'm like, that's the kind of exercising I want to do, but I don't know where I could take a Pilates class. Like, I have no idea. The only thing I know about is some like yoga place, and I'm not into yoga. That's not my thing. I don't want to do that. So I need to research that so I can try new things, because there has to be something. There has to be something in my area. I just might not know about it. So I really want to try some new hobbies. So if you have any new hobbies that you think I'd be interested in, let me know, because I find a new hobby and then I'm addicted. Let me come up with a couple examples for you. Squishmallows, crystals, reading, YouTube, my podcast. I promise you there's more. I used to make bracelet making. Oh my god, the list could go on for my whole life. I find a new hobby and I'm addicted. I'm addicted. I made candles the other day. I bought all this stuff to make candles. I find a new hobby and I cling to it. Whether that's good or bad, whatever, but I want to try more new things and have new things that I can try with my friends. So I'm going to research that and see what new things I can try this year. These last 2 are very important, but I'm going to do this one first. I need to stop impulse buying things. This is hard for me because I like to spend money, and because I have adult money and there's something I want to buy, I'm like, I can buy it. I literally have like when I was younger, I didn't have that option. But now that I do, I want to. And like to an extent that's okay, but I'm definitely buying things I don't need. And I really want to work on that. So I really want to try to work on budgeting better and allocating money to things ahead of time. And then when I want to buy something, I need to like use the money that I have saved. And if I don't have the money saved up for it, then I don't get to do it. But that is having to tell myself no, even though I can, which is hard. But yeah, I need to stop impulse buying like books. I have every book on my shelf needs to be read this year before I buy another book. That's probably not gonna happen, but it should happen. Like, I need to stop buying books, I need to stop buying clothes, I need to stop buying coffee every day when I can make my own. If anyone else is trying to work on their impulse buying, definitely let me know. I subscribe to this newer, not new, but newer to me, girl on YouTube who's doing a no buy year. There's no way I could do that. Like, that would be setting myself up for failure, because I would immediately fail and then give up. Whether that's good or bad, like, that's what would happen. But maybe down the line of this year, like, if I control my impulse buying a little bit better, maybe I could do like no buy month. I don't know, but I've been watching her videos to kind of get inspiration and just see what she's doing. I just really want to work on the impulse spending, and I think I can. I know I can. I just have to really be conscious of what I'm buying and think about things for a while before I buy them, rather than just buying them because I want them. Not buying something the first time I just want it. You know what I mean? Like, actually take time to think about it. Her name is Grace Nevitt. Anyways, she's doing a no buy year, and she's like does like minimalism stuff. I don't know if I'm looking to be a minimalist, but I really like her vibe. So I've been watching her, and I'm gonna keep watching her videos throughout the year and hopefully use her progress as inspiration, you know? Last but not least, but certainly not least of my goals / resolutions or whatever, is saying no and not feeling bad about it. If you know me at all, you probably know that I'm a bit of a people pleaser. I don't like to say no, and I feel bad when I do. And if you listen to my latest podcast episode, which if you didn't, you should check it out. It's Ryan Talks Podcast. I talked about my ins and outs for 2024. I'm pretty sure one of my ins was, or whatever, it was not saying sorry. Saying sorry when I don't mean it was an out. And what I mean by that is that I will apologize for something that I shouldn't be sorry for. Like, my example was if someone wants to call me and I don't feel like talking on the phone, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, I can't right now. I'm not sorry. Why am I saying sorry? I don't have to be sorry for that. I can just say, no, I'm busy. Why do I have to say that I'm sorry? I'm not sorry. But like, I feel bad if I don't. Same thing with saying no. Like, I feel so bad saying no to things, but like, I don't want to do it. So I should say no. So why am I apologizing for not doing something I don't want to do? Why? Why am I doing that? But I do every single time. I have caught myself multiple times recently typing out I'm sorry and literally deleting it and being like, nope, I'm not sorry. I don't have to be sorry. But then there are times where I am sorry. Like, I got asked by 2 different people if I could animal sit during their spring break, which is my mom's spring break, and we're probably gonna go visit my grandma. So I had to tell them no. And I said sorry because I am sorry. I wish I could animal sit for you. And I feel bad that I, can't. And so I actually was sorry. So I said it because I meant it. But I need to stop saying it when I don't mean it. I don't have to be sorry for things I'm not sorry for. And if someone wants to hang out with me, I can say no, even though I'm free. But because I don't want to do that and I just want to spend time with myself, doing whatever. That's a big one for me. Not saying sorry is one, but also just mostly saying no when I mean no, when I don't want to do something. One I'm really gonna have to work hard on. So if you catch me in the act, call me out on it, because I want to work on it. That is the end. That's everything I have written down for my goals / resolutions / things I want to work on in 2024. I feel very positive. I feel like this year has been off to a great start, and I'm really excited to see what the rest of the year brings. So excited to keep posting. I'm really trying to keep up posting on here and on my podcast, and just trying to keep up with all of it. And so far so good. I'm off to a great start, in my opinion. So I hope you feel the same way. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I would love for you to stick around. So you should stick around. Also, feel free to comment any things you want to work on this year. I'd love to help you. I'd love to help hold each other accountable, so you guys know what I'm trying to work on now, so you can hold me accountable if you're looking for someone to hold you accountable, because it can be hard, and sometimes it's like a very vulnerable thing to tell people that you're close to, like, this is what I want to work on, can you help hold me accountable? Like, it can be kind of hard sometimes, and I feel like, I don't know, it can just be hard. So if you're looking for someone like very unbiased stranger to help hold you accountable, I would love to help. So feel free to comment down below what you want to work on this year. And let's help each other, because we're besties, and that's what besties do. So I think that is everything. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!